I'm Nick Altmeyer with linkinglewiscounty.com. We're here at the Lewis County Fairgrounds where the Republican Committee has an event going on today to meet some of the candidates here with the food trucks. So we have our congressional representative, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik here. Welcome back to Lewis County, Congresswoman.
It's great to be back in Lewis County. I love the fairgrounds and it's great to see so many Republicans.
All right. So kind of tell us a little bit about what you're doing here today and some of the candidates you're out here to support.
Well, as always, I'm working the district, getting around in the community. I'm excited to support our judicial candidates as well as our state level candidates, both in state senate and state assembly. They've been busy at work fighting back against the failed proposals introduced by Albany Democrats. But I'm also here to listen to voters firsthand. Voters are very concerned of one-party far-left rule in Washington. They're seeing an inflation crisis. They're seeing sky-high energy prices, gas prices, and we continue to see a war on law enforcement from far-left radicals. So people are very concerned about that, and Lewis County voters are excited to turn out to vote this November. They're excited to flip the House so we can win back a Republican majority. And I'll also say, because we're at the fairgrounds here today, farmers, I am so close, I work so closely with all of our farmers across New York's 21st District, but particularly in Lewis County, I know how important agriculture is, and every farmer will tell you they are facing challenges when it comes to their energy costs. That is making a significant impact on their ability to continue to grow crops and get their products to market.
Okay, and I believe that, correct me if I'm wrong, but you'll be seeking your fifth term as our representative this year. So after some confusion with the district maps and things like that, you are still part of Lewis County. You'll represent Lewis County. So what are your priorities for the upcoming term if you do win re-election?
Yes, it is my fifth re-election, and I'm working hard to earn the support. I'm excited that all of Lewis County continues to be in the North Country District, where I'm running for re-election, and I've earned overwhelming support before. My top priorities are making sure that we're pushing back on the failed policies that we're seeing out of Washington, D.C. So inflation. That means I believe we need to rein in our spending and cut taxes. What are we seeing from Joe Biden and House Democrats? They want to continue spending trillions of dollars and raise taxes. Standing up for our Second Amendment rights. Those are important constitutional liberties for every American, but we understand that deeply in the North Country. And then fighting for our farmers and manufacturers that are so important to the local economy here. So there's a lot of work ahead. And then energy, I would say as well. Doing everything we can to unleash American energy independence so that we can lower the energy prices so it's back to being affordable like it was during the Trump administration. Great, Channel 7.
Let's keep talking a little bit about that. I know you're here today. It's a wonderful day. By the way, I'm Sandy Torres here with 7 News. So tell me, how are you feeling today, and what's kind of like the message that you're giving out to voters today?
So it's a beautiful day to be in Lewis County. I'm excited to be at the Lewis County Republican meet and greet with fellow candidates. Voters are excited to flip the House in Washington and fire Nancy Pelosi once and for all. People are really fed up with what they're seeing, whether it's the inflation and inability to pay their grocery bills when they check out at the grocery store because they continue to see those prices go up. Whether it's the baby formula shortage, which I understand firsthand as a new mom, and it's particularly hitting rural regions hard, like it is in the North Country, or whether it's the border crisis that we're seeing at our southern border, but it impacts us right here in the North Country because Border Patrol officers have been transferred over and over and over again to the southern border. So a lot of these issues are on voters' minds. We need to continue sending a message to Democrats in Albany that the policies they're pushing are out of touch with the American people. They're certainly out of touch and failing the North Country, and I will always work my hardest to give my constituents a seat at the table at the highest levels.
Thank you, Representative. And I hate to ask this, but it is close to my heart. I am from Houston, Texas, and with everything that's going on with what happened at Uvalde and what happened here in Buffalo, only a couple of hours away, and I know as a strong supporter of the Second Amendment, just where's your heart at? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about all this?
My heart breaks. Every American's heart breaks, no matter what your political affiliation is. It is every parent's worst nightmare. It's unimaginable what these parents are going through. And my colleague in Congress, Tony Gonzalez, I've been in close contact with him. He is a dad of young children. He represents Uvalde and is just, working so hard to provide the community with the support they need. I believe we clearly need to be doing more when it comes to school resource officers, when it comes to training for school districts to make sure that they have the resources and the ability to harden our schools. And it was Republicans that passed Fix NICS under President Trump. That legislation actually closed loopholes, but it also made sure that mental health records were shared more accurately between different agencies. We passed $1 billion of funding when it came to training school resource officers and providing those grants. And I've worked with many school resource officers in this district, and it's something that actually this week I was at a school. The students love having that person. There is a sense of security there in those schools. So that's what I'm focused on. Any attempt to politicize this is shameful. Every heart breaks for those communities.
And Representative, what about the supermarkets, the hospitals? What do we do there? And do you think any restrictions should be made? Tell me about that.
Well, I'm a strong supporter of Second Amendment rights, and I represent tens of thousands of law-abiding gun owners in this district. This goes back to the founding of our nation and the Constitution. Again, what I believe we need to pursue is better mental health treatment. In the case of Buffalo, a horrible, horrible tragedy, but there were mental health issues there, and the school was made aware of threats that were said by, unfortunately, the killer prior. We need to make sure that that information gets put into the NICS background check system so that we can avoid any type of tragedy like that again. So mental health, but also Fix NICS and making sure that's fully funded and that states actually put the records, and so do the federal agencies, for NICS.
Do you agree with the age being raised from 18 to 21?
I do not agree with that. I represent many Second Amendment families, many law-abiding gun owner families in my district, and we also have burgeoning shooting sports teams in this district in our schools locally.
Thank you. Anything else you would like to add and say to the people of Lewis County, Jefferson County, St. Lawrence County, the North Country people that will be watching tonight?
Well, thanks as always for the opportunity to represent you. I am fighting on your behalf every single day, and I humbly ask for your support this November.